February 3rd, 1889. Younger's Bend, Indian Territory, now eastern Oklahoma. A woman rides home from a neighbor's house, side saddle on her favorite mare, velvet plumed hat catching the last light. She's 40, tough as rawhide, known across the territory as the Bandit Queen. 2 blasts from the shadows, shotgun buckshot tears into her back. She falls from the saddle, dead before she hits the dirt. No witnesses, no killer caught. Her name was Myra Maybelle Shirley Starr. Most called her Belle Starr. The woman who ran with outlaws, harbored legends, and died mysterious, like so many who lived on the wrong side of the law. You're listening to Blood on the Saddle, true stories of men and women who carved their names in the frontier blood. Last week, we rode with Billy the Kid, the boy who burned out fast. Tonight, we ride with the woman who outlived most of her men, outsmarted the law longer than most, and left a legend bigger than her crimes. I'm your host, Ron Menser. Tonight, Belle Starr, the Bandit Queen. Let's ride. Act 1. The Forge. Born Myra Maybelle Shirley on February 5th, 1848, near Carthage, Missouri. Her father was John Shirley, a prosperous farmer turned innkeeper. Her mother was Elizabeth Hatfield Shirley, kin to the Hatfields of the famous feud. Belle grew up educated, attended Carthage Female Academy, learned piano classics, how to carry herself like a lady. But the Civil War hit hard. Her family lost everything. Business ruined. Brother Bud joined the Confederate guerrillas. They fled to Texas, Syene near Dallas. There, young Belle met rough men. Cole Younger, the James brothers, Frank and Jesse, hid out nearby during the war. She was drawn to the edge. At 18, she married Jim Reed, November 1st, 1886, a former Quantrill Raider, outlaw through and through. They had 2 children, Rosie Lee Pearl, 1868, James Edwin, 1871. Reed ran with bad crowds, robberies, killings. Belle disapproved of his worst crimes. She left him around 1874. Reed was shot dead resisting arrest soon after. Belle took up with Bruce Younger briefly, then moved deeper into Indian Territory. Let's take a rifle break. The frontier didn't care about ladylike manners. War took her family's world, left her hungry for something real. She could have stayed respectable. Piano lessons, quiet life. Instead, she chose the men who live dangerous. When the safe path crumbles, some rebuild quiet. Others ride hard. Belle chose hard. Act 2. The Crucible. Belle drifted to the Cherokee Nation, Younger's Bend on the Canadian River. June 5th, 1880, she married Sam Starr, Cherokee, part of the notorious Starr clan, horse thieves and smugglers. She took his name and became Belle Starr. They ran a ranch that doubled as a hideout, harboring fugitives like the James boys, Cole Younger. Belle acted as a lookout, front for the bootleggers, maybe rode on a few thefts. But her only solid conviction? Horse theft. 1882, she and Sam were arrested for stealing 2 horses. Tried before Judge Isaac Parker, the hanging judge in Fort Smith. Convicted March 1883. Sentenced to 1 year in Detroit federal prison. Belle behaved like a model prisoner, released early after 9 months. Sam too. Back at home, trouble followed. Sam killed in a feud December 1886. Shot in a dance hall argument. Belle mourned, then married again. Jim July, a Creek Indian, 15 years younger. He changed his name to Jim Starr at her insistence. She kept running the ranch, raising horses, dealing with neighbors who hated her reputation. She carried pistols she called her babies, rode astride or sidesaddle, dressed fine, velvet, feathers, a woman who wouldn't bend. Let's take a rifle break. Men like Billy died young, chasing revenge. Belle survived by being smarter, harboring the wanted, running a front, facing the judge, and walking out early. But survival ain't free. The harder you give, every horse you run builds enemies. When you live on the edge sharpens, and one day, it cuts you. Act 3, The Cost and the Crown. February 3rd, 1889. 2 days shy of her 41st birthday. Belle rode home from a neighbor's. Ambushed from behind, 2 shotgun blasts to the back. She died in the dirt. Unsolved to this day. Suspects? Plenty. A feuding neighbor she'd evicted. Her son Eddie, she'd beaten him for mistreating a horse. Even Jim July. No one convicted. She was buried at Younger's Bend. Tombstone carved with Belle Starr, her horse. A poem, maybe by her daughter Pearl, etched there. Dime novels exploded after her death. Belle Starr, the Bandit Queen, or the female Jesse James. Hollywood followed. Gene Tierney, Elizabeth Montgomery. But the truth? Fewer crimes than legend. Horse theft, her main rap. The rest? Association, harboring, and reputation. She outlived 3 husbands, raised 2 kids, faced the hanging judge, and walked. Died mysterious, like the frontier itself. Here's the reckoning. Listen close, brother. Belle Starr wasn't the gunslinging terror of dime novels. She was a woman who lost her world to war. She chose dangerous men, and she ran a ranch on the edge of the law, and ultimately paid for it. She harbored legends, faced judges, survived prison, but couldn't outrun the shadows. Your lesson? The frontier didn't forgive rebels, man or woman. Live hard, attract enemies, survive long enough. Legend grows bigger than facts, but legends don't bury you, choices do. Next week we track the lawman who hunted legends, Pat Garrett, the sheriff who ended Billy the Kid. Until then, stay hard, stay dangerous. I'll see you on the trail.